All right, welcome back to the pod. It's day 12 or 13 of the NBA playoffs, and let's get into it. So our two stars tonight of our respective games was Jimmy Butler in the first one, and was Chris Paul in the second one. Both of them were very demanding. I'm gonna go into Jimmy Butler's performance. I'll get into Chris Paul's performance in the Thunder Rockets game a little bit later. Uh, First, little overview of the Rockets Bucks game. Um, the game was close in the first until we had Brook Lopez and Kyle Korver hit some threes. Brook Lopez was really good in this game. He had something like, I want to say 19 points. Yeah, I think it was 19. Hold on. It was. He had 24 points on the night. Uh, Korver, he was pretty good too. He had 11 points. I thought he played a little too many minutes. One of the things I want to get into is uh, Budenholzer. I think he needs to shorten those rotations. I think it was 12 guys played major minutes, or no, 11 guys played 11 minutes for them. The In comparison, you say, okay, the Heat, they played 10 guys, but the difference is the Heat, they've got, like, as I went in a previous video, the Heat, they've got, like, 11 guys, 10 guys on those rosters that could play on a 9 playoff rotation roster for another team that are playing right now. Uh, I mean, yeah, it's just hard to make that decision between Nunn and Iguodala, but I mean, I'm kind of fine with them splitting minutes with that. But yeah, I mean, Giannis only played 36 minutes for the Bucks. The Bucks rotation is horrible. Uh, Giannis only played 36 minutes. He should play between like 40, 39 minutes in the game. You say, oh, it's 3 minutes. Oh, well, that was what this game then came down to. I mean, that's really it. I mean, they were down by 8 with 1 minute left. What if he was in? What if he was in the game with, this 3 minute stretch? What if you can get the 8 points right there? I just, that was pretty bad. And, I mean, I guess Eric Bledsoe's out, so I mean, maybe you have to get the rotation out. And look, they play a fast. He famously plays his rotations like a lot, and that's kind of like there's a lot of slander going around saying, okay, he needs to change his rotations. This is what he always does. Budenholzer, that is. Uh, I mean, that kind of makes sense right now. Couple things. The Bucks turned over the ball a lot. One of the reasons that the Bucks were kind of running away with this game, and then they kind of came back, was the fact that the Bucks had 19 turnovers. A lot of their turnovers was committed early on in the game. They had something like 9 turnovers, like in the first quarter, like mid second quarter. The Bucks were kind of running away with this. Let's go positive for the Bucks here first couple seconds. Middleton, I thought he played really well today. He had 28 points. He was 50% shooting, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. I thought he played really well, and I think that's a good look. He was struggling a little bit in the Magic series, and now he's playing better. So I mean, it's a good look, and it's a good look for him and a good look for the team. I mean, that's really it. Jimmy Butler was amazing. Before I go into the next game. Oh, what am I saying there? Before I get into the next game there, I get the Thunder Rockets. Jimmy Butler, he was winning. He had 40 points. Down the stretch, he was really good. Goran Dragic, I mean, he was doing his thing, 27 points. I mean, yeah, that's really it. There's no really notable else things. Bam Adebayo, who's amazing defending Giannis. 12 points, 17 rebounds. Part of the reason only Giannis played 36 minutes, I have to say, is because he got in foul trouble. But, I mean, yeah. Overall, Budenholzer's rotations are kind of bad. He needs to shorten them, definitely. I mean, yeah, that's really, I got it. Onto the Rockets Thunder. Russell Westbrook had a lot of turnovers, but I thought he shot well today, and I thought that was an encouraging development for him as he gets like unrusty, I guess, whatever you want to call it. This was a rough game. I mean, just a rough game to watch. I mean, there was a lot of bricks. I mean, there was a lot of missed shots. The Rockets through the first, the Rockets shot 22% from three, or from the floor actually, and the Thunder shot a little bit better, 33%. It started to get a little bit better. I think one of the big concerns for the Rockets overall from this game is that James Harden, he had something like 5 turnovers, and Russell Westbrook had 7 turnovers. Down the stretch, Russell Westbrook was not that good. Maybe the ball's going in Harden's hands on that last play. I'll get to that a little bit. First, I want to cover that. Dort, I want to say something notable that happened. Luke Dort, he had 2 back-to-back threes, and I think he made another bucket somewhere there to make an 8-0 run down in the third quarter. That was kind of the turning the tide for the Thunder right there. The Rockets, it looked like they would take over this game mid-fourth. They had a 14-0 lead. The Thunder, they had control of this game beginning of the fourth, and Rockets kind of took over at the end of the. One questionable thing though, Chris Paul, why would he around like the 6-minute mark he went out? I don't understand why. I guess maybe because it's just why not? So originally, what you would do is you'd have him sit out near the end of the third. Now as you were getting, now there was like 1 minute left in the third, I think. I might be remembering this wrong, but there was 1 minute left in the third, and that was after they went on their 8-0. Lu Dort went on his own like little made run there. Why don't you sub him there? I don't understand why you don't take Chris Paul out there, and you do the normal rotation where you take him out like 9th, 10th minute of the game. You have to get him a sub. Like you have to allow him to catch his breath. Somewhere before that main crunch time, that 3 minutes left. But yeah, I didn't really understand why they did that weird rotation where they took him out like middle of the game, like at the 5th minute. I have to I'm gonna go into my coverage, my analysis of the Rockets in the crunch time. Chris Paul, he had 2 key threes down in crunch time, and he had a steal. He was really, really good, Chris Paul. He's something like 40 points. No, I'm remembering that wrong. That's Jimmy Butler. What am I saying? He had something like 28 points. He had 28 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. At first, on that last possession, when he had that ISO against Eric Gordon, I was like, what is he doing there? Like, why was he he was trying to get that pick and roll to get Covington on. I was like, what he was doing, Covington's the better defender than Gordon. But I kind of understand it now because as I'm thinking about it, he was kind of like, he had 2 pull-up threes against Covington. So I guess he was trying to make Covington think, because he was trying to like schooling him a little bit. So you thought you could get Covington, play harder defense on the perimeter and try to get him on the paint, which he did. He did get the foul, so I mean, it kind of did work. So I mean, yeah, it's kind of smart, I guess. I still would have in that ISO. Probably you should have gone when you had Gordon on that ISO, but I mean, the Covington thing makes sense. Who do I think is going to win Game 7? This is a pressing question because I don't really. The Rockets rotation is 6 men right now. Because Jeff Green today, it was because Jeff Green and Austin Rivers couldn't hit their shots. That's a real concern. And if it's only going to be 6 playable players for the Rockets, I think the Thunder will win it. But I think it's going to depend on this, and I think it's going to depend on that. And I think it's what it'll come down to. And that's really it. I think it's going to come down if Austin Rivers and Jeff Green can hit their shots, I think the Rockets will win Game 7. But if not, I think the Thunder will win. One more thing before I go. Danilo Gallinari, he rebounded from his poor performance in Game 5, and he had 25 points tonight. And that's really it. That's all I got, the coverage today. And yeah. All right.